probably about 2 weeks before I came to the Meadows. I did a 3-day binge, didn't eat, just drank for 3 days. And that's what led me to the Meadows, was realizing that I was so unhappy with my life that I tried to drink myself to death. Well, when I got there, I was one of those kind of people that was so locked down, I didn't remember anything from my childhood except for, really big events. I found by sitting in these small group meetings and listening to people's stories as they talked, I was triggered. I just started having all these flashbacks of my childhood and things that had happened to me based on other people's stories. You don't realize until you actually get in a room with a bunch of other people and you hear stories, and it's not your story, it's somebody else's story, and it's not the same story, but there's enough similarity there that you start to realize this is the same story. It's just told from a different perspective. So I spent the next 8 hours crying, going to 12-step meetings and sharing in different groups. And I couldn't even read the scripts. I would just be crying the whole time because I was just so devastated by what had happened that last 2 days. And that's when my story changed. Before that, they'd always ask you every day, so what motivates you to get out of here? What are you living for? And I'd always say, well, my wife, my daughter, my dog, my job. And after that, it was me. I'm motivated for me. A number of us from the Meadows, from being in these meetings and being in these retreats, we've connected and we've shared our emails and phone numbers, and we talk to each other all the time offline. I find that is invaluable, having that available. Every day, you face new challenges that trigger up things from your programming from your childhood, and the thing you learn from Coda is learning how to recognize when you're being codependent, pausing and getting into the feelings and understanding what's going on and trying to understand what's historical versus what's current today, and then trying to think about what's the best thing to do today for yourself. I think for a lot of people, they're hesitant to come into treatment because you're having to ask for help. It's really difficult for a lot of us. Whether you're the kind of person who's always been the victim, or whether you've always been the hero, or whether you've always been a perpetrator, everyone always thinks that they can figure it out for themselves, or that nobody understands them. I would say take a moment and just take a chance. You literally just have to surrender and say, give Meadows a chance, because they're not telling you a way. They're basically teaching you to open your eyes and just realize that there is a million different ways to look at life, and you don't need to look at it the way you've been looking at it that's got you into this deep, dark hole you're in today.